Hi, let's talk about happiness today. Today's story is The Secret of Happiness, a story I had heard a while ago and really left a profound impact on me and my thoughts around happiness and how to be happy in life consistently. So, much like us, there was a young man who pondered over what is the secret of being happy. One day he decided that he's going to go meet the wisest man in the world and understand from him the secret of being happy. So he traveled a long distance across deserts, mountains, and plains till he finally got to the place where it was said lived the wisest man. Now, this young man was expecting for the wise man to be living a hermit's life, a sage's life, having given up all material luxuries. Instead, what he found there was a huge castle, and as he walked into it, he noticed a live band playing music and all sorts of exotic foods laid out on this grand table. He saw the wise man walk around the room and converse with every single person there. Now, by the time he came to this young man, hours had gone by. The young man shared with him that he was here to learn the secret of happiness. To which the wise man smiled and said, I can't give you that answer right now, but I invite you to go take a tour of this castle. And once you're back in about 2 hours, we'll both sit down and chat and talk about this. The young man agreed. Just as he was leaving, the wise man gave him a spoon and put 2 drops of oil in it. And he said, I'd like you to carry this through the castle and ensure that while you're on the tour, none of the oil spills. The young man found that a little strange, however, complied with the request and began his tour. He was so engrossed in taking care and ensuring that none of the oil spilled that he barely looked up and noticed anything about the castle. 2 hours later, he was back standing in front of the wise man and he handed over the spoon to him. So the wise man noticed that the oil was still there and he said, Fantastic. I also hope that you got a chance to admire the embroideries that are there in the dining hall, the wonderful books that are there in the library, as well as the garden that took us about 10 years to create. The young man looked very embarrassed and he confessed that he was so focused on ensuring the oil stayed in the spoon that he hadn't really noticed anything. So the wise man said to this, that's not going to do, because if you're here to talk to me, how are you going to trust me when you know nothing about me or my surroundings? So I'd request you to go and take a look and please observe everything that is around the castle. And he again handed the young man a spoon that had drops of oil in it. So the young man set off. However, this time he made sure that he observed all the things that were in and around the castle. And when he came back in front of the wise man this time, he said, Fantastic, this is a beautiful place and the scenery outside is amazing. So the old man smiled and said, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but where is the oil? The young man looked at the spoon and noticed that the oil was gone. So the wise man smiled and said, I only have a single piece of advice for you. Enjoy the beauty that there is to enjoy. However, always remember the oil in the spoon. So what does this tell us? It tells us that, while we need to enjoy our life and relax and have fun, we also need to remember that there are duties that we need to fulfill. And vice versa. We need to remember that there are duties that we have to fulfill and we should focus on them. However, we also need to enjoy the beauty around us and enjoy and have fun in our life. So what is the secret to happiness? It is balance. A balance between the joy and a balance between all our chores and duties.